Shout out to LTTV. Shout out to LTTV.
Maybe like the day after, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse where I was just like a little bit like sick to my stomach. Of
it was
just
a
like,
lot of this. I didn't know what mood I was going to get you in for a few days there.
Yeah.
I hope you watch the scene and I hope you jerk
yeah,
off.
so you said that last night, is that you are really turned on by the idea of me seeing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I didn't know that was going to be one of the effects of this.
I don't know because
We're going to do this double team scene. What are the positions? Because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
So the butt and the vagina.
Yeah.
Well, I see. Okay, right there. Boom. Jealousy. Trigger. Pound Town. You just left Pound Town.
I was going to call it the wedding gift.
For the record, it's not literally your wedding gift, but it was something that we kind of like felt more comfortable with after the wedding and whatnot, right?
And then I'm having sex with a guy. You know, it's just a lot to process. I've been conditioned to believe it's cheating. There was one time where we went to a dinner and there was another guy there that just happened to be there and you knew I had slept with him and you made me feel weird.
Smart. He clarifies right away. It was a business move, you know. We're just making money, you know, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it at all. I'm sure it sucked for him.
I probably hated it. Okay, so the idea of you working with other men, this is something that we haven't really like wrapped our heads around. For me, it's kind of like, well, if you did it once, it's not that big a deal to do it with a bunch of other guys, but also it's kind of like, why? Like, why? Like, at a certain point, like, what kind of other stuff would you be doing with other guys if you were to do more scenes? Is it kind of like, I don't know.
Well, okay, so like when I first shot with you in the beginning, it's like, it's always new. It's like the first time with this person, and then it's like you do boy, boy, girl, or, you know, whatever. There's like a lot of little things that you can do to make it different, and that's kind of like where I feel like I'm at now, because every new person I shoot with, it doesn't matter if I do any weird acrobatic tricks. It's just the fact that it's like a new other person.
This one time, I get this random... She belongs to the streets.
LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. Adam22 going out sad as hell. He is trying to milk this cuck scene as much as he can with as many interviews, as many viral moments, just going out sad as hell. He's trying to convince the world that he's cool with it, trying to act like he's fetishizing it now. Meanwhile, he's showing signs of being devastated of the whole act. Lena now has the control. Initially, before we get into this, y'all, I need y'all to understand this. Initially, when they were speaking about this, it was Adam's choice. She was knocking on the door, and Adam was like, okay, it's my choice whether I can let someone sleep with you. It was, you know, he was putting up his girl for on auction to see how much, well, not on auction. He had to pay the dude. But he's really trying to milk this OnlyFans money. She's trying to milk this OnlyFans money. They're selling their soul to try to get more money to facilitate better living for themselves. But it is new levels of pathetic. And Lena is now in control of this, and she's considering what she wants to do moving forward. You can see the power is gone. Now she's like, well, I want to do X, Y, and Z, as he kind of pleads and tries to get her off of trying to do more porn with other dudes. Let's get into this, y'all. We'll see this. We'll react.
This one time, I get this random message on Twitter. They're like, hey, Jason, my wife's a big fan. She wants to shoot a movie with you. What are your movie filming rates? I'm like, yeah, just 4K. He's like, okay, that's fine. We'll give you 10. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there and I shoot the film with the woman. I dropped some severe glizzy destruction on her. And the husband is recording this, right? I'm like, this is weird as shit. I'm like, some people, I never understood it, right? Nonetheless, so I dropped the glizzy on the woman or whatever. So she dropped the go 3,000 and she's saying, hey, little man, you like that? He was like, yes, ma'am.
Never say that I don't give you.
Adam posted that on his own Twitter. So it's like, this whole shit is weird as fuck. He's trying his hardest to make it like the biggest viral moment, meanwhile trying his best to be cool with the moment. Like, this whole thing is a whole lot of copium. We about to get into this, y'all. What up, chat? Make sure you hit the like button upon entry. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Let's get it.
What you want. You've all been talking about it. You all want to hear it. I got the one and only Lena the Plug, my wife, on the podcast to talk about recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how, like, I'd probably never come on the podcast again, but if I found another guy, so now I'm allowed to come on the podcast.
You thought you were never going to come on the podcast again?
I mean, it's just like, you know, no one wants the Lena the Plug interview.
Notice that Lena is a feminist. Lena's fan base wanted her to do this. They feel like it's a whole power move. They even in the description, they say the power couple has returned for a podcast or whatever. These two, a power couple.
Someone else, and now it's like, oh, she needs an interview.
Okay, you did an adult scene.
She's so happy to fuck somebody else, and she keeps celebrating it. Her whole fan base is celebrating it. This whole thing is filthy business. It's sell yourself out as much into the porn world as possible to get as much money as a cash grab. And then she tried, the things they say, I'm just going to read.
Yes. Someone else. I mean, but it's like, it's when I think about it, I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, when you were in your, like, mom TikTok era, probably that wasn't going to be the thing that made me like, okay, let's get her on. I had you on here, what, a year and a half ago with Flacco?
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just give you a little press.
Yeah.
Get some stuff out there.
I feel more comfortable if he was here. I feel really, like, uncomfortable with the fact that it's just you and I, and we're going to talk about this in front of my brother-in-law, Josh.
He's not paying attention. He's not even in here.
Oh, he left? No, thank God. I was done. Like, oh, Josh is in here.
Don't put Josh on blast.
Just feel uncomfortable.
No, but this might actually be the first time that you and I have been on this podcast together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That didn't constitute me coming on here, but this event did.
It seems like an afterthought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not like actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here. because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The
Do you
honeymoon
feel
was
different? Because everyone's like, do you feel different now? I'm like, absolutely not. It's,
Yeah, no.
it's the exact same.
We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything.
Went on the honeymoon.
But it's like, it's not like the rules changed. It's not like, oh, like we're going to do things differently now.
No,
we're married.
we already had the house, the kid, you know.
Yeah, we did most of the serious stuff in
Yeah.
advance.
The marriage was like, all right, I guess we should just do this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay, this is the first thing that I thought might be useful for us to lay out. Is let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing. Because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the context of...
I'm sorry, what?
Said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people?
So you say that after getting married.
Stop it. Get some help.
Shout out to Vaughn with the $2 super chat. Y'all ladies protecting this beautiful, loyal queen.
I'm getting rich.
Chat, are you protecting this beautiful, loyal queen?
No, you ain't.
And in the context of like, I think we were talking about swinging at first.
Yeah, I mean, because people don't really know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like, we went out, we partied, we had like a really... know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. We had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like, we went out, we partied, we had like a...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is gay.
Listen, y'all. I caught this live. I thought I seen the beginning of all of this. I did not see any of this part. So at the beginning of your relationship, you ran a battery on the girl that you ended up wifing the girl that you ran a battery on. What the fuck's going on here? This is filthy business out here.
really fun, hot sexual experience, and we were always kind of down for like a little bit of freaky things.
Hold up! What is this shit?
Now, I don't want to hear any excuses like,
Stop that. You're white.
everybody's giving them the whole white pass. You gotta stop doing this. This is in pop culture. This is, they're trying to influence a generation of folks. This type of activity, we always do the whole, oh no, they're just white. No, this is deplorable. This is substandard filthiness. This is a married woman. She's disrespecting the sanctity of marriage, and so is he. This is filth. Let's get into this.
There's like 2 or 3 other people in the
Like,
room
just watching us.
who like were not there to see us, but they just happened to be in the room because we're all just hanging out. This
Yeah.
was back in the Adam and Lena party era that didn't really last that long. And at that time, to be totally honest, you were pretty much a random girl to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like
We went to
emotional
emo night.
connection. Oh my god.
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night, okay?
Shout out emo night. And I've always been somebody who, throughout my life, there's been a bunch of different times where me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it. Enjoyed it with you that night. But then once we started to actually get closer and closer to like dating, it became like, no, we're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never talked about it again, and then
maybe-
you talked about it on the podcast.
We maybe didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
that is a good point, yeah.
You up here trying to get people sick?
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always gonna do, who's just very into sex and likes to try fun and new experiences, I was just like, are we really never gonna have an experience like that, even off camera, ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was the fact that we had multiple different.
Shout out to Russ with the $2 super sticker.
I'm getting rich.
different couples on Plug Talk where either they were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff, and slowly it started to seem like, well, maybe this rule is kind of arbitrary.
Well, I think for us it was also seeing those couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship. When we would bring girls in, like, I would be so much more into you after and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot, it turns you on. So it's like, I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used to it a little bit.
Exactly. That is the problem with us. Yeah.
Like, what I feel like you would think it's hot to watch me have sex with someone else because we already know you think it's hot. We did it once.
But that was like, my is in your mouth and he's in your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like.
Right. But I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner because there's a whole narrative.
Okay, I don't think you're a cuck. Are you going to go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid to deny.
Okay, so there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
They're
they want to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser, and I don't think that that's.
You hear this? Do you see how everybody just redefines cuck arbitrarily according to their feelings about what they think a cuck is supposed to be? This is why that whole video that when the caller debated me on Destiny being a cuck and I had to clip it up and put the definitions in there. It's like people want to redefine things and jump around the definition. It's like, nah. He's a goddamn cuck.
You, I think that there's like the more swinging side of things where it's like you are turned on by your wife enjoying someone and then she comes back to you and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more with each other because she did that.
Right. But I mean, you have barely even done the thing that you're kind of.
Nani?
Shout out to Vaughn with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
And the super chat reads,
Nani?
Inferring, which is like me going and fucking another girl and then just like telling you about it, because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up and you were sick as a dog and so you couldn't come to set that day, but it was a girl. Shout out Alva J. Everybody sign up on onlyplugtalk.com.
Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't.
No. Onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the scene. But me and Alva J, we did.
shout out to Jimmy James with the $5 super chat. This couple infiltrated and brought hedonism with them. That is facts. They're filthy.
I'm getting rich.
The scene while you were at home sick as a dog, and you didn't want to see it afterwards. You were actually a little.
Before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene, don't tell me how it went when you come back, and I don't want to see any clips from it. Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, that caller was you. Shout out to FSC.
Interesting, because when you came back from doing this scene the other day, I wanted to hear about it. And
a lot.
I wanted to know what I was going to find out. I wanted to know, like, what's the most extreme thing that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to, like, manage whatever the fallout might have been, more so than, like, trying to avoid. I don't know. Like, why did you not want to
text Adam after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried Chicken? I just, like, act like it didn't happen.
That is true, yeah. But okay, so we've had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that.
You know, they lied a number of times because he said threesomes in the private life. But he said that he only fucked other girls for porn when they tried to act like they did threesomes. And they had this conversation. I remember this. They reframe it a bunch of times. The truth is all slowly coming out now, but they lied a whole bunch of times about their sexcapades. But let's get back into this
conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera. And then that kind of seemed.
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck.
Yeah, that probably
it was always unfair trade.
Intentional on my part, yeah probably. But I don't know, like it just kind of seemed like, well, if you are going to do it for the first time, we should roll it out in a way that actually is as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se, and then I also like I knew it was going to be a big deal just because you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult fan audience, and they literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, black, whatever. So I knew that my fans were going to be excited, and I knew that the wedding thing was going to be a factor because it's like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't think it was going to be this big.
But it's weird because we had.
Why would you not think it would be this big of a deal right after you got married, and then you're playing it up as a wedding gift that you get fucked by this black nigga? Like, what are we doing out here? You get this nigga from Blacked, the star from Blacked, and as a wedding gift, and you play it up as a joke, but he's actually fucking, so they ain't no goddamn joke. And the details that we hear in this, holy. Adam went out sad, depressed, and dusty, just like these likes. Can we get these likes up, y'all? There's 3 times as many people watching as there likes. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Got more super chats than likes. What the hell is going on out here?
Been talking about it before the wedding, and sort of like, you know, the idea was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard decision on
it. Was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. Was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon, but when I come back we should shoot.
Right.
And he was like, okay.
And a lot of people seem to think that it being him or it being a black dude was the thing, but what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that we were considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes.
No, there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's worth mentioning that we did a TikTok in Vegas back in January where and this might have been like the first time we ever even joked about it on camera, but I said to him doing a little TikTok, I said, who's the hottest girl here? And then he like put his arm around you and walked away with you, and that I believe has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea, because that made everybody want to talk about it, right?
Yeah. He was like the obvious choice. I was like, oh, I have to go with him. This is what the audience wants. 9 million views on this video.
Definitely.
Understand, where Lena's OnlyFans career goes right now is what the fans want. Whatever the fans clamor for, she's doing. She's talking about, oh, they don't give a shit how many positions she does with Adam. They just want to see new people. So as soon as she let one through the door, it's a wrap now. It is a wrap. And then, let's just get into this.
So, okay, going into it, how did you feel?
Okay, so I didn't really know the shoot was going to happen until the day before the shoot.
That is
it all happened so fast, because in my head, I was like, oh, this is going to be my debut scene. I'm going to need like 2 months out. I'm going to go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean, I am a human being, right?
No, but like, sorry. But like, everyone's talking about it like it's my first scene, and it's not my first scene. I've been doing this for 7 years with you, but like my debut scene with another man.
Another man.
Okay.
There we go. A different man.
A different man.
A different but equal man, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the room is laughing just in case anybody wants to know where the snickering is coming from.
But anyways, in my head, every girl does this, right? You have a photo shoot, you're like, I'm preparing for my photo shoot, I'm gonna look good, this, that. I had all this shit in my head of like what I was gonna do to prepare.
But for me, I'm getting excited. It's Saturday, and I'm about to play poker tournaments on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to get breakfast, and you're like, hey, Jason is in town, I might shoot that scene tomorrow. And I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
it was awkward. My sister was there, she's like, I don't want to be here for this conversation.
Okay, and so, yeah, I don't know. You continue.
I mean, and then I just walked away. I was like, I think I'm going to shoot with Jason tomorrow. And you were like, okay. And I walked away, went to wash the dishes or something. And then I come back and you're just like, no facial, no kissing. And I was like, okay, that was like the extent of the conversation.
Right.
And then I left the next day to do it, and you barely said bye to me because you were playing poker.
I said bye. I mean, I'm playing 8 tables at the same time. I mean, it's kind of hard, but...
And then...
I'm so glad that I was doing something that is like requiring of the most cognitive.
Remember the old excuses? Oh, he's so busy doing this podcast, that podcast, interviewing this person. It was a scheduling issue, so she wanted to do it with other dudes. And now this nigga's sitting at home playing poker and sending her off.
load possible, so it made it kind of hard to think about it while it was happening. And then by the time you got back home, I'm like basically like finishing up poker then, so I didn't really have a ton of room to think about it while it was occurring, which was nice.
It was the best place for you to be, for sure,
because that is kind of my happy place that I don't get to do very often.
Yeah.
So she knows it's devastating. She knows what she's doing. It's like this is some evil, twisted shit with this woman. Like, this is insane.
Okay. And so
I was so nervous, like beyond nervous, and I'm even nervous that it's gonna come out, because I'm like, I wonder if it showed in the scene. But
he said homeboy said he was there. What's the truth? I don't know. These niggas just be lying, but I think a lot of that shit is promo. I think he was there with the camera shit. I think that's all cap. I think that was
it's a total fabrication.
I think they're just doing it for promo. They're trying to like lean into the moment.
I was there for a couple hours getting hair and makeup or whatever, and then I had to go and get Jason and bring him in, and we had to take photos. And we just started taking pictures, and I was like, stop, like, leave. I have to take pictures of myself. I cannot take pictures with you right now. There was like so much guilt, even though I knew that you had said yes, you'd given me your blessing. The cameraman's like, it's not cheating. He's just like trying to remind me.
You hear that? The guilt, nervousness. Oh, they had to remind her it's not cheating. Why? Because you just reframe it like some sort of trannyism? They tried to convince us they weren't in an open relationship.
Stop the cap.
He's like being my, like, I had no girls with me to like just cheer me on or anything. He was being my little.
Well, you said something about how your makeup artist or your hair person was like your therapist.
Oh yeah. They were being my therapist.
So you're like talking it through it with them, like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm about to fucking cheat on Adam.
Yeah, I was super, super nervous. Right. I don't know. I just felt really uncomfortable. I mean, I told you that, like, when we were in France last month, we went to the club and these guys were trying to dance with me, and I literally left the dance floor and I sat on the couch by myself because I felt so uncomfortable. Right. I didn't know what to do, and it felt like it was cheating. Like, even if I just bumped into a guy dancing, and here I am, I have to have sex with somebody, and it's gonna be filmed and put online.
Have to have sex with somebody? Right. Nervous? You were giddy and excited, man.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a lot. It was really hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
What was hard?
The nerves. I don't know.
Oh, she's not in on the joke. It's like a penis pun. But okay, so you shoot the scene, and like, did you feel like you got out of the nervousness at a certain point, or like how did that transpire?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I did get out of the nervousness at all. I kept like putting the scene off. I remember we were filming like intro teaser stuff, fully clothed, whatever, and then I just kept like, oh, I have to go do this. I'll be right back. Like, I just kept putting it off. Yeah. And then in the moment when I had to finally do it, I don't know. I just hope it looks good. I feel like I blacked out at some point.
Ironically,
I think the video comes out in about a week on her OnlyFans.
Blacked out.
Shut the fuck up.
Black.com. But it's not on there. A lot of people seem to think that it's on black.com. Yeah.
Jason is Blacked's like star, so that's why he's like synonymous with Blacked, but no, it's on our OnlyFans.
A lot of people seem to think that you doing this was part of, well, A, they think that you've cheated on me a lot over the years, probably, and that this was just kind of like more of that.
Cheated on me, you guys.
Okay, very early on. It's been a long time.
Okay, if I told you it was really early in the relationship, but yeah, I cheated on you a lot, you'd still be fucking pissed.
If you cheated on me in the first year of the relationship, I wouldn't be that mad. Because but I would still. I would be mad because you put yourself out there as like a non-cheater so much. Beta. I was like, yeah, I did. I cheated in 2017 or whatever. But, I felt like I wasn't really doing a whole lot to, like, hide it.
Listen, we're not going to talk about the past. I'm going to get mad all over again.
I feel bad. It was wrong.
You guys don't understand. I went to shoot this scene, and Adam has been low-key calling me a cheater as a joke. Or, like, the other day, I was like, can you help me with the laundry? And he was like, I'm having a really hard time. How dare you? And I'm just like, you're throwing this shit in my face, even though you're a part of it. I low-key feel like you're less mad because it's viral. And you're like, into being viral.
I will say that having seen how viral it went, it now seems kind of insane that I ever would have, like, potentially stood in the way of you doing this. Just
Yes, the camera loves your nastiness.
You hear this shit? This shit is filthy. Oh, it went so viral. We have a moment. All this attention's on you. We're getting money for this. This is filthiness. You just sold your wife.
Because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like
You're welcome.
Plug Talk has been, that's a very weird framing, but the amount of additional signups that we've gotten on onlyplugtalk.com has been kind of insane.
Yeah.
It's funny because I said he sold his wife, but he actually paid the nigga $10,000 to fuck his wife. That's her OnlyFans money coming in.
Just seeing like how crazy this has been, and also like it's a weird thing where like at a certain point in my life you're scared of like people shitting on you, or you want to avoid people shitting on you, and then at a point like right now it's like, oh, I'm just getting so destroyed by people making fun of me that it's like you just gotta roll with it.
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
No principles. No principles, no standards, no morals, nothing. That's what that shows. You care about what the crowd reaction is. If you're standing on principle, it doesn't matter what the crowd's saying and how they're laughing at you and what you're getting cooked for. But when you have nothing and you're just selling out for whatever, it's like why would you even factor in a crowd reaction if you stand for nothing at that point? You're just selling out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my first or second year as an online person, shit bothered me.
I'm saying selling out. My bad. Fuck that up. Not selling out. You're selling your soul. They act like this is not going to damage their kid. Oh, we were already out on porn fucking. It's like, you think that was good to begin with? Now you just got a whole lot worse because now you get to see other niggas fuck your wife. And that's going to be their mother. If it was just Adam and her doing it, no kid's going to ever search or want to search their parents having sex. Well, they're not going to want to search it anyway. But regardless, they're getting cooked in school now. They're getting cooked. Even in the weird communities that they may grow up in, the little insulated private schools where all the weird porn kids go to at the same school, like, they're still getting cooked.
A lot more. None of the comments about this have bothered me. People calling me a terrible person, terrible wife, whatever.
Right.
I don't take any of it, like even 1% of it, seriously.
Well, there are definitely lines of things that people say that I don't like, though. Oh. When they bring your motherhood into it, that's one thing I don't like, because you are an amazing mother.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't bother me at all because I just I know it 100% does not affect how I am as a mother. And
Stop the cap.
It's a total fabrication.
Lie! Fucking lie!
All right, so being a porn star and getting dicked down by the star of Blacked is not going to affect you as a mother. It may not affect the way you communicate to your child and take care of your child and how present you are. Or not. But to think that it's not going to affect negatively your parenting and the outlook of how you are as a parent, that's insanity. This is all delusion. This whole thing is massive copium. These people are out of their goddamn minds. Who are you trying to convince, us or yourselves?
And if you think that my kid is gonna grow up and not judge daddy for all the things he did, but is gonna judge mommy, I'm not gonna raise that kind of kid.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
If your son grows up knowing that his dad was fucking bitches on camera and he's a porn star, he's not gonna give a shit. Knowing that his mom is that, though, now that's a whole different thing. A whole different thing. Nonetheless, it's still both filthy. What are y'all doing, man?
gonna believe in that double standard.
I notice like every conversation I have about it with people is like they lay it out. They say, "Are you jealous? Are you mad? Whatever." We have that conversation, and then they basically like kind of hit a wall because it's like, "Oh, you're two consenting adults, and you decided to do something kind of freaky." And in our case, on camera. So then they start doing the kid thing because there's like.
Whoa. A Lady 747 says, "Lady, see what's being submissive gets you? This is just a submissive thought." Hey, yo, what the hell? Because she's submissive and nice to him, or that's what he describes her as? This girl belongs to the goddamn streets. She's not the nice, wholesome, submissive woman we're describing out here. What the hell? Do not conflate the two. That's a disingenuous take.
Nowhere else to go with it because you can't blame me or you for doing something that we want to do or doing whatever you want to do on camera. It's
we
like,
were
how
already
can you
doing
be mad?
it, so
Right.
we're supposed to stop now.
Right.
I mean, it's already out there.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and that's another thing is I notice a ton of dudes speak about it and talk about it as if this was happening to them, but their wives or girlfriends are not porn stars. And they're not like, you know, if my girl had never been naked online, if we had never shared all these other girls or whatever, then would I find it like so shocking that I wouldn't even be able to imagine it? Yeah, probably. But like,
I don't think he understands. He's taking it out of context. He is a rich, famous, successful podcaster, also a porn star. His wife is a porn star, OnlyFans girl. She's only ever done scenes with him and other girls. The way that looks is completely different opposed to her actually fucking other dudes. You guys have all the money you need. You didn't need to do this. You guys wanted to double, triple bag up. And now you have irreparable damage in your relationship, and you can hear from some of the way he describes some of the ways he describes what goes on in the bedroom following that sex scene is very disturbing, and y'all need to hear it.
the same way that you've gotten kind of like numb to seeing me fuck other girls, at a certain point, it just started to feel like it wasn't that big a deal. Now, obviously, it was a deal. It was definitely something because, like, especially like maybe like the day after, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse. Where I was just like a little bit like sick to my stomach. Of
it was
just
a
like,
lot of this. I didn't know what mood I was going to get you in for a few days there.
Yeah. And I mean, even when I was telling Destiny and Crip Mac, which was like about the weirdest audience I could have possibly had for it, when I told you I was going to talk about it with them, you're just like, are you serious? Like,
I was like, why are you going to... I had not planned on like talking about the scene until closer to the time it was going to come out. And then you were like, it was like you needed therapy. You're like, I'm going to go into the office and I'm going to talk to Crip Mac and Destiny about it.
No, yeah, at a certain point I was just like, listen, if I have to talk about it, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to act like it's not happening. I'm just going to talk about it. And Destiny is probably like one of the best people I could have the conversation with. Crip Mac, maybe not so much. Like, his first thing he said was, oh, I know you was mad, huh? So it's like immediately he's kind of like writing the narrative for me.
I mean, I feel like there was times where you got mad at me, but I feel like it's part of it is like we were learning each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
I came home and maybe was a little too honest with you, but you were like asking me a lot of questions.
Right.
And I didn't know how to not answer your questions.
Right.
So yeah.
And now that I've seen bits and pieces of the video as well, that's what's kind of weird too, is realizing like the whole world seems to have decided that being a cuck is a bad thing, or like that your girl getting fucked by someone else is a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not like, I was not horrified by it. I'm not like...
Stop it. Get some help.
Upset by it. I'm not going to say that this is going to be something that I'm going to be fucking pounding my dick to, but...
I hope you watch the scene and I hope you jerk
Yeah,
off.
see, you said that last night, is that you are really turned on by the idea of me seeing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I didn't know that was going to be one of the effects of this.
I don't know, because I know that you think it's hot. We've had more sex since I fucked Jason than we usually have in like a month.
I got an abrasion on my...
You over trying to get people sick?
No, that was going to be one of the effects of this.
I don't know, because I know that you think it's hot. We've had more sex since I fucked Jason than we usually have in like a month.
I got an abrasion on my dick from fucking too much.
Every time we talk about it, you get a boner, and then we have sex.
I know.
I feel like you're trying to assert your dominance over the fact that I had sex with somebody else, but it's still like part of it turns you on. Like, oh, she fucked someone else. This is hot.
There's something about it where when you know your girl's not fucking anybody else, which at this point, and after 7 years, I feel quite confident that you're not going to run off and cheat on me. It creates like a little bit of competition in your mind, even not knowing necessarily like how much you enjoyed it or how great it was or
What?
whatever. It's still kind of like, oh, like that competition thing. That's like a real biological thing. Like, no, I want to beat it up.
I told Adam that he can have anal the day the scene comes out.
Yeah, well, we were already talking about scheduling the anal, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
not like purely for
you
that,
get it
right?
on this day specifically.
How are you guys missing this? How are you guys not? I hope everybody understands what's going on. She's trying to give him gifts, extra perks for letting her do this. Do you know how elated she is that she's able to do this now? She's so happy to fuck other niggas. It's ridiculous. This is crazy. She's dead ass serious.
Well, I think that is good because
A good consolation prize.
because I mean, even
For all the memes everyone's gonna make about
even
it.
before you did it though, I told you, I'm like, listen, right after you do this, around that time period, I'm like, I need you to be very loving with me. We need to be having sex. Like, we can't like this just can't be like a time period where you're like, no, I'm not really in the mood.
Oh yeah, you told me I could never come home from fucking.
Do you hear this? This is that
Emotional damage.
he's trying to cope. He's trying to cope his best right here with all this bullshit. Oh, it turns him on. All this fuckery. He needs extra loving from her to make sure that he's secure in his relationship because all this shit happened. You can tell all this right here, 100%.
We need to be having sex. Like, we can't like this just can't be like a time period where you're like, no, I'm not really in the mood.
Oh yeah.
Emotional damage.
Shout out to Solo TV 84 with the $20 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Once she goes black, she ends up on her back. Facts. We'll see that on the 13th on Twitter. OnlyFans, what? You gonna see that on OnlyFans?
No, you ain't.
You can get that free on Twitter. Y'all follow me on Twitter. Y'all, man.
You told me I could never come home from fucking someone else, no matter how broken or destroyed I might be. I have to fuck you too. And
I like you're making it sound kind of like weird there, but
no, but like, I mean, I get it. It's why deny you for someone else?
I need to have my ego satiated in that moment, especially given that like I just didn't know how I was gonna feel about it, and as you saw, it took me a couple of days to like wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Do you feel like every day it's less of a big deal to you?
Yeah, at this point, I really don't care at all. Mm-hmm. Although everybody reacting to the tape, that may be.
Oh, I'm nervous.
That may be like a test of my mental resolve, but also like I'm at the point now where I haven't even been looking at my Twitter mentions because it's just so much that I just like
You're
I
having a lot
can't.
of fun on
Like
it.
yesterday, I posted a picture of Bradley Martin holding you and me going like that. It was like a joke thing from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Copium.
Yeah.
And that got 30,000 likes and like 8 million views on the tweet or
People
whatever.
like you as a fake cuck.
Stop the cap.
Trying to make jokes out of this, trying to make it light. You're not a fake cuck. You are the actual thing by definition. The hell are we? What are we doing out here? Trying to redefine. Man, stop the goddamn cap. Trying to make the nigga feel good.
I don't know if they like it so much as they're like observing it and they're kind of fascinated by
I
it.
was looking embarrassed when you posted that picture. I was like, don't bring poor Bradley into this.
But you can really see it in your face that you're like, like you were so uncomfortable with even like being in his arms in that photo,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, like at this point, I feel like I just kind of have to own it. Like yeah, I was into seeing it. When I see the full thing, or like, you know, however much of it I end up seeing, I'm probably going to enjoy seeing it. And
Yikes.
Hold up. What is this shit?
Shout out to Vaughn with the $2 super chat. We need you to take the L and watch the video. Yo, He's gonna be devastated when he actually has to watch it. And this nigga, actually, I don't know, man. He's done some weird kinky shit. I don't know how to call it. They're so disingenuous. I don't know how to call it. But shout out to you for the $2 super chat, Vaughn.
I'm getting rich.
It makes me think about like my best frame of reference, because I have not spent almost any time in my life learning about like how polyamorous people work or anything like that. But when I was at the AVN Awards back in January, there was a couple of different dudes who came up to me with their wives or girlfriends and said, hey, if you ever have time or you're ever down, I would love for you to fuck my wife. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like that's wild. Like, I didn't even take it serious or anything like that. But I understand what those guys are thinking. They have watched me in porn or whatever. They've watched you in porn, and they would love to like just see their girl inserted into that environment. And just seeing you like looking like a glamorous porn star on camera with a very well-known professional. It's not the worst thing in the world to me. I'm not super mad about it. And then I feel like it's kind of allowed me to even just embrace the fact that, like, yeah, in prior situations, even with you, I've fucked girls with one of my friends, and that was okay. But because it's a girl who I don't have a real relationship with, but now I'm kind of like, well, why the fuck do I care? Especially as a porn person, it's like, why would it be such a big deal? If I enjoy it with a girl that I don't give a fuck about, what is the point of me not doing that with the girl that I'm married to? It's not like an inherently degrading or disrespectful thing, right?
I mean, as long as you're consenting, and you're turned on by it, and the girl's turned on by it, clearly, so it's like...
Well, clearly you're turned on by it.
I'm talking about myself as
you're not shying away from this whole double team thing that I'm proposing here, are you?
No, not at all. I actually have some pictures of positions I'd like to try with you in my phone.
See, that's one thing that I was thinking when we started talking about it, is like, okay, if we're going to do this double team scene, what are the positions? Because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I...
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
Man, these niggas is weird as hell. All right, so the poll has 90 votes. Do you think this marriage will last? 12% voted for yes. 70% voted no. 18% voted I give it a year at best. So, yeah. Who's the 12%?
I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
So the butt and the vagina.
What?
Are the positions, because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
So the butt and the vagina.
Yeah.
Well, I see. Okay, right there. Boom. Jealousy triggered because we haven't had anal in like a year.
Okay.
And you're gonna say, "Oh, it's because last time we tried to do an anal scene, you came in like 4 minutes."
So okay.
You're like, well, actually, I wasn't gonna say that.
Well, you could be the guy in my butt. Would you still be jealous?
I just don't really like love the idea of my balls clapping against another dude's balls.
I think you'll get so into it you'll forget and you won't care.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, it's definitely like not totally off limits in my mind, but
I'm not saying it's the first thing I want to do, but like we've had so many girls on Plug Talk where you're like, what's your favorite?
You ain't getting away with this one. You are not.
Ladies and gentlemen,
nope.
This is gay!
You just gloss all over that. He's just glossing over that. Oh, no. Nah, maybe I will enjoy it. Like, what do you mean you're going to... What the fuck? You're not just going to gloss over that zest? The fuck type of... Man. Too much pause-worthy moments, not a single pause in the video. Jesus Christ.
Thing, and they're like, DP. You think anal feels good? You think vaginal feels good? Wait till you try them together.
But you have a sensitive butthole. That's why we haven't been engaging with it so much, right? Like, I don't know.
I just hate prep for anal. That's literally all it is. I like anal. I hate preparing for anal.
Because you have to eat gummy bears for a whole day beforehand.
You have to starve yourself. You have to clean out your butthole.
Right.
It's a whole thing. And then every time, for some reason, I get a cut or I bleed no matter what. And then I have a problem for a week after. But, it's just part of doing.
You up here trying to get people sick!
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly horrified by the idea, but that's also one thing that I've realized is that even if I really didn't like the idea of you fucking another dude on camera, I mean, being in the porn business, it would just be insane for me to say no to it at this point, or at least this one scene. You know, like doing more is kind of its own separate conversation.
Now, why would it be insane being in the porn business when you fuck your girl, and there's many people in the porn business that just fuck their girls and make money on their OnlyFans, and girls that just have their man and they're just fucking their man on their OnlyFans, making that money? Why in the hell would you need to do this?
How did this happen? Who was the idiot that did this?
But you know, the financial the financial rewards have been so absurd that it's kind of like, well, we're in business together, like you gotta
yeah. And I mean, at some point it's like my fans were just kind of like, your content's getting dry at this point, like you haven't done anything new. And so for me, yes, it was exciting financially and it was exciting to have a new sexual experience, but it's also like I'm kind of excited.
Come on, man.
Exciting to have a new sexual experience, says the newlywed. The freshly married woman talking about, oh, it's exciting to get a new sexual experience. Y'all are just disrespecting marriage. Why do y'all get married? Why in the hell did y'all get married? What in the fuck is this? This is just disrespectful.
Like your content's getting dry at this point, like you haven't done anything new. And so for me, yes, it was exciting financially and it was exciting to have a new sexual experience, but it's also like I'm kind of excited for work just because there's like new things I could do for my fans to.
Now she's excited for work because there's new dick that she could sit on. This is insane.
Keep them interested.
People, this woman is obsessed with her OnlyFans analytics. So she is more turned on by seeing the numbers go up than anything else, probably.
I am turned on that there is like many, many, many thousands of people out there who are waiting for July 13th to sit down and download or watch this video or whatever and jerk off to it.
That's insane. That's what that is.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Shout out to Jimmy James with the $2 super chat. Farm animals are next. Yikes.
I'm getting rich.
Man, this is just filthy. This is all filthy business, man. I'm just going to repeat that like 10,000 times throughout the duration of this because this... Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
Many, many, many thousands of people out there who are waiting for July 13th to sit down and download or watch this video or whatever and jerk off to it. That is hot to me.
The attention. Attention is one hell of a drug. She's so excited that all these eyes are on her watching her naked body get fucked by a man that's not her husband. This is modern day podcasting.
Thinking about the legions of gooners who are just posted up waiting for it.
They can jerk off to anyone. They could find a Lena the Plug lookalike and jerk off to her. No, they want to jerk off to me and my weird vagina.
Weird?
I don't know.
How dare you?
Your fans love to say it's weird.
I think it's nice.
I mean, you better think it's nice.
I'm
It's
a fan.
It's yours. You bought it.
It's a good looking vagina. I didn't buy it. It came that way. Okay. So what else do they want to know? People probably want to know, what is it hard to go back to a, you know, reasonably sized white penis after dealing with a baby arm? Is it upsetting?
No.
Is it hard to go back to regular life?
So first of all, I wouldn't say that yours is regular. I would say yours is definitely like above average. So let's give you that. Every time we take your pants off on Plug Talk, the girls like, oh, I'm surprised. You know?
For a white guy. They don't say that.
Podcaster.
They don't say that, but they're thinking that.
Maybe. I don't know. Someone called you good boyfriend dick once, and I feel like that was a good compliment. Because nobody wants like an outrageously large penis all the time.
Right.
It wasn't hard to come back to your dick. I was in a lot of pain.
Shit getting out of hand now.
Boyfriend dick once, and I feel like that was a good compliment. Because nobody wants like an outrageously large penis all the time.
Right.
It wasn't hard to come back to your dick. I was in a lot of pain for a few days, so having sex was, you know...
It was reupholstered.
You were a little traumatized by me being like, ouch, hold on.
At first, yeah. But that did go away pretty quickly.
It took like 3 or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah. You feel like it snapped back? Well,
Yo, the second-hand embarrassment is so real because that is The man fucked your girl, sent her back crippled, pussy in pain, can't even take dick the same way, but you fuck her every day. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Oh my God, man. Man, I have 2 words for Adam.
You never had the natural birth that you were planning on.
I don't believe that a vagina stretches from having sex once for 40 minutes with a bigger dick.
Jesus Christ.
Getting fucked for 40 minutes by a bigger dick, telling you that to your face on air, forever recorded. This is the woman you just married. What in the fuck is going on in 2023? This right here.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I look at the buttholes of the girls that we work with that I know have had like dread or whoever in their asshole, and I'm like, those dicks are doing damage.
Okay, but the asshole's not meant to stretch like this big. The vagina is meant to stretch and go
You
back.
should see some of the shits I've taken over the years.
No, I don't want to.
Like a straight jack-o'-lantern hitting the toilet water. Yeah, I don't know. So, okay, so the idea of you working with other men, this is something that we haven't really like wrapped our heads around. For me, it's kind of like, well, if you did it once, it's not that big a deal to do it with a bunch of other guys, but also it's kind of like, why? Like, at a certain point, like, what kind of other stuff would you be doing with other guys if you were to do more scenes? Is it kind of like, I don't know.
Well,
What the fuck is going on out there? I don't know if y'all can hear that, if it's picking up in the mic. All right, my bad. Let's get back into this.
okay, so like when I first shot with you in the beginning, it's like it's always new. It's like the first time with this person, and then it's like you do boy, girl, or whatever. There's like a lot of little things that you can do to make it different, and that's kind of like where I feel like I'm at now. Because every new person I shoot with, it doesn't matter if I do any weird acrobatic tricks. It's just the fact that it's like a new other person.
Right.
So.
Which is kind of weird for the fans, like that they care about it just being a different person. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
of course they
like
care.
you're getting sluttier. Like, oh, you slept with 3 guys instead of 2.
Well,
That's weird.
every person has like, I don't know. Remember when Phoenix Marie came on the pod? She was like, "Do you want me to flip you? I can flip you upside down." Like everyone has like their thing in porn, right? Like their own little trick. So every time you work with someone, you get their little trick.
Right. The trick.
I don't know.
That sounds
Everyone's
nice.
trying to like
That's a nice way of putting it.
brand themselves in the industry,
Right. But that is one conversation that we had, is that you would want to limit yourself to working with like real deal, like trained professionals.
I would only want to work for people who have worked for the studios, because I feel like the studios is almost like a...
All right, a lady 747, man.
Stop the cap.
This, you said this is a modern woman, leave Kiki alone. This is way too far gone. This is, look at her face. This is a modern woman. This is not the average modern woman. This is beyond substandard. This is the streets of the streets. Somebody said that she don't belong to the street, she belonged to the continent. Somebody else said that she belonged to the globe. Like, this is beyond modern woman. She's not an average, typical modern woman. These are porn stars that are just on some extra kinky shit. She is a battery ting. In Toronto, we would call her a battery ting. Any girl that gets a devil's threesome is a battery ting. 2 dudes, 1 girl, battery ting. Enough said. Not the modern woman. Kiki is more, she is more of a representation of what a modern woman is in the industry. With a broke nigga. An emotional support simp, a stay-at-home husband, where she degrades him and belongs to the streets on his watch. That's a modern woman. A modern woman, a boss bitch. Oh, I'm making more money. You a stay-at-home husband. All right. The niggas that have money, I'm gonna give them play at your dispense. All right, at your detriment. It's like, come on, man. That's a modern woman. This is. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. Like, what is this? Jesus Christ.
What's the word I'm looking for? Reference, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a qualifier.
Yeah, qualifier. Because now, all the girls do it. There's like a random girl from Texas makes an OnlyFans. Now she's an OnlyFans girl. And I feel less okay with a random guy from Texas just making an OnlyFans being like, shoot with me. It's like I want some sort of frame of reference for like.
I didn't make up emotional support simp. That was Brittany Venti that when she was dissing Pearl's emotional support simp. That's where I got that from. That's her shit. I ain't stealing that chest out.
Why I should feel
that one is refurbished, sir.
Safe or comfortable or happy to shoot with you.
Oh, we need a serious frame of reference. Like we need like many years in the game, because I'm gonna be honest with you, that would kill me inside if I knew that you went and did a shoot and that the guy did anything that you found to be like really disrespectful or whatever. Like, I would have such a hard time with that. Like, I'm going to go to his house and shoot him in the face. It's going to really be bad if someone were to like cross lines like that. With Jason, I wasn't worried about that at all because I've been around him. I know that he's like a very like gentle giant type guy. I've never heard a girl say that he was an abuser or anything
that
weird
was
like that.
A big reason why I wanted to like pick him. I just never heard a girl say anything weird or bad or anything about him. So it was like, which is kind of hard to find, unfortunately. But I think if I did shoot with other people, I would just take my assistant with me. I'd be like, hey, you can't watch, but you gotta be in that room.
Well, you think Monica's gonna?
Didn't Adam say he picked the dude that he wanted to fuck his wife because he knows him, he was cool with him, and X, Y, and Z? Too many different stories with the selection.
I don't know. I guess
give her the gun.
I'd just feel safe if she was there.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little sketchy too, because you're a very polite person. Like, if they cross a line or whatever, who knows? You might just end up rolling with it and then being mad about it afterwards, right?
No, I feel like I'm old enough and I'm able to stand my ground on things. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do the yeses and the nos,
We'll cross the how many more people will Lena work with in the duration of her career. We'll cross that bridge at some point.
I have to get Adam's okay, and it's probably going to be after the scene comes out and he sees how it plays out.
We're going to have to do some review. I told her early on, I'm like, I just don't want to feel like indebted to have to like be on board with this like nonstop throughout the future.
Yeah, when we came home from the honeymoon, I was like, I think I'm ready to have another baby, and Adam was like, I don't think so, and then.
Did you catch that? Did y'all catch that? I hope y'all caught that. How she maneuvered and weaseled her way out of that question. He's trying to make sure that there's a foundation that, if I want to stop this and I don't want anybody accessing that pussy, I could stop this. But he has to ask. That's how you know he already lost his woman. Oh, I just want to know that, nope, you're supposed to tell her, nah, like you did before. Before she ever had sex with another dude during this relationship in this porn world, he had to tell her, oh, no, we ain't doing that. He had control over that. That's his woman. It's your wife. Now she gets to say it. Who gets to access her box? That right there is a single woman. That right there is a girl acting on her own accord. That right there is a fat L. You just lost your woman. That's why I went to that poll, man. Whoever voted yes, you niggas is crazy. Well, actually, we don't know. These niggas is weird, so.
Now Adam keeps asking me when I want to have another baby.
Well, because it is kind of like you're.
Hold on, we got to go back to that moment.
I think I'm ready to have another baby.
No.
Like, indebted to have to like be on board with this like nonstop throughout the future.
Yeah, when we came home from the honeymoon, I was like, I think I'm ready to have another baby. And Adam
Slipped
was
right
like,
out of that.
I don't think so. And then now Adam keeps asking me when I want to have another baby.
Well, because it is kind of like you're on, there's like a timer of sorts. Because it's like, if we want to have another kid or two, I mean, at a certain age, it's considered like a high-risk elderly pregnancy or some shit if you're even like close to 40.
If you go by that number, then they already think I'm too old.
Right, well, you need to freeze your eggs so we could potentially get a surrogate in case you decide that you want to do more black scenes for the next 10 years, right?
We'll just have to see.
Because that's what probably a lot of people like have a hard time wrapping their head around, is that was almost like the other option. It was like you were either gonna like keep going with this shit and like your career and do some more spicy stuff, or you were just gonna like go full mom mode. But why does that not appeal to you at this point in your life?
FSC, that's facts. I voted no, but I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck it out. That's facts. I voted a no. Actually, I voted, I give it a year at best. I think I voted that one. Nonetheless, I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck it out. They're weirdos, man.
Or does it?
I was fully ready to come home and be a stay-at-home mom. I just said that.
Right.
And then, you were not really down.
Oh, okay. I think you're kind of mischaracterized.
So now she's saying, now this is her way of weaseling out of it now, to say if it will go on perpetually. She's saying she was down to be a stay-at-home mom, but since he pushed her into the porn industry, now he's lost all control. Is that what she's saying?
Or does it?
I was fully ready to come home and be a stay-at-home mom. I just said that.
Right.
And then, you were not really down.
Oh, okay. I think you're kind of mischaracterizing that. I have gone through a pretty rocky year.
Yeah.
And
you said you want to feel more stable in your life.
Right.
And somehow me having a baby makes you feel less stable, even though I'm going to do like 99% of the work.
I mean, it just felt like, oh, that's going to be like a lot to take on right now, just because having one kid is just so fucking crazy. And I don't know, I'm just like a little nervous about the fact that like 2 kids is like so much more work than 1 kid. And it's not like 2 times as much work. No, it's like 3 or 4 times as much work, I feel like.
Adam?
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
She's not a housewife. She's not a housewife. She's an OnlyFans thought. She's going to continue doing what she does until the wheels ride off. So that's what she's going to do, man. She's going to be skinning out that pussy until she's 46. That's life, man. That's who you chose.
It's hard. I mean, I want to be a mom and I also want to work. And those things don't always mix well together because I need my body for my job.
Right.
If I didn't have the intention of having more kids, I would have gone like 10 plastic surgeries already. But I'm trying to balance everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people seem to think that like I'm broke and that's the only possible reason that I could have been on board with this.
Okay, people need to get this straight because this has like no effect on Adam's income except for like whatever views you've been getting off.
This has no effect on Adam's income?
What?
So he paid 10 grand to get you fucked and he don't get no... Wait, hold up.
And that's the only possible reason that I could have been on board with this.
Okay, people need to get this straight because this has like no effect on Adam's income except for like whatever views you've been getting off the podcast. This is all my money. We split everything, and we do have a prenuptial agreement, which people keep bringing up. I hope you got a prenup. We're both very financially conscious. We're both good business people.
Yep. This is that modern bullshit. This is that modern partnership fuckery. This is what I'm talking about. This is that modern partnership fuckery. 50-50. Her money is her money. His money is his money. They have a prenup. This is not no fucking marriage. This is some bullshit. They're planning for this shit to fail. How is her money not your money and your money not her money? That's not no marriage. What the fuck is this? This is some substandard fuckery. But why am I surprised? He wifed the battery thing. Why am I surprised? Come on, man. And we already know about the 6-man train. She denied the 6-man train. This girl's always weaseling out of accountability. This is what she did. She got caught. Academics pulled up some fuckery. He pulled up some old shit. He realized that she was a part of a 6-man train. And this is what she did to weasel out of the accusations. She said that it wasn't a 6-man train. It was 2 3-man trains. So the first 3 came in, batteried. Then the next 3 followed. So it wasn't a 6-man train. It was a 3 and 3.
She belongs to the streets.
Yikes. Filthy. Let's get back into this, y'all. What do we got here? Shout out to Sir Chai87 with the $2 super chat. Says Lena couldn't even make hamburger helper. Sad. Yikes.
I'm getting rich.
You know she ain't cooking nothing. Shout out to Charles Indig with the $5 Australian. They're building their individual empires. Yep. Individual, standing on their own twos while married. Make it make sense. Shout out to you.
I'm getting rich.
Well, and
oh man, yo, Adam's down bad. Adam is down bad. This marriage was, yo, I'm just taking, yo, she got the status symbol, she got the marriage, she got the last name change, she's in the family, but she keeps all her money that she's making off of shaming you, because it's not a big deal that she's fucking some black guy if she's a single woman on her OnlyFans. It's just normal work. It's the fact that it's her first interracial. It's the fact that she's married and she's with Adam22. Like, this is filthy work out here. Adam's taking massive L's. Adam's probably one of the worst businessmen of all time. Like, low-key, he stumbled on a large platform and everybody thought, oh, he's so business savvy. Them niggas that back on Fig Community World, Community, they all have their own brands thriving and making money. He didn't make them sign a non-compete. They just left with the wave. They're doing more views than him up until this moment, because this moment's super viral. Let's get back into this. I'm talking too much. I'll break it down later.
we're not broke. I don't know what else to say except to say that we're not broke. We don't have to work.
Lena is the kind of person who I don't want to say dollar.
Are we live? Did I lose the connection again? Yo, what kind of stupid shit is this, man? Still live? Hopefully we can finish off this show.
But
Yeah.
I think.
Same with you. Like, I
Right.
feel like early in our relationship, when you were actually cheating, when you were actually asking for threesomes all the time.
So sorry, by the way.
Yeah, it's been down for minutes, but I lost like what? More than half of my viewing? Like 2/3 of y'all niggas dipped. I don't blame y'all, but YouTube sabotage. Jesus Christ, man.
Fuck you.
So sorry.
You know, I would have felt a lot more threatened by doing a lot of those threesomes, or like saying, hey, go fuck this girl without me. We had, I couldn't do Plug Talk like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, go just fuck the girls without me. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I'll just wait till you're ready. So it's like, because I have that version of you who doesn't really care that much.
I feel like we're at a great place in
It
our
makes me
relationship.
feel like we're in a great place.
And especially coming off of the honeymoon, I felt like much more relaxed and like I was in a good place with you. And a lot of this just had to do with me just kind of realizing that, you know, the internet shitting on me for stuff that I'm genuinely into is not the end of the world. You know, like that insecurity is kind of gone.
He's saying the internet shitting on him for things that he's genuinely into, but you were concerned if your wife would stop because now she has the power to continue fucking other dudes and chalk it up to, oh, it's just porn, it's just business, it's just work. It's like, no, y'all know what's really going on. Y'all are reframing it.
On now.
And it's like, who cares about what the public thinks? It's what do you really think and how do you really feel? But he doesn't want to actually admit that. He doesn't want to actually have to deal with his actual thoughts and feelings. All this shit for money.
Nice.
Genuinely into.
Well,
I'm just trying to get you to admit that you like it.
well, I feel like I've admitted that at this point. The tweets about me just like acknowledging like, hey, I saw it and I thought it was hot. That was like kind of hard for me to write, and I added like the exclamation points out of almost like insecurity. But it was like, you know what? Like, this is how I actually feel. I'm just going to tweet this.
It's nice to see you having fun on Twitter, even though sometimes I just don't want to look at it because it's so cringy.
My tweets are cringy?
Some of them, yeah.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
He has no idea what she's talking about. Well, let's review some of his tweets. He tweeted this. Happy wife, happy life. with this nigga in the background. This is what he tweeted. And he also tweeted this. Kinda weird how calling me a cuck is supposed to offend me. I saw the video of my wife getting plowed and I thought it was pretty hot. If that makes me a cuck, so be it. Well, it does make you a cuck, sir.
You stupid.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting a call. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take this. Oh, hello.
Look who it is.
Mr. Jason Love. How you doing, man?
It was good.
We're just doing a little podcast here and figured that we would, have a little conversation with you to see exactly how all this was for you as well.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. That's why I chimed in. Catch y'all. See what's up.
Definitely. So, what's the vibe like between you guys? Anything I should know about?
I don't think there's a really vibe. I think it's like a business thing, but I feel just very uncomfortable with this right now.
Oh, it's a business thing, but she feels uncomfortable in his presence. Do you see this, y'all? This gets even worse.
I felt awkward.
A little uncomfortable.
Can you tell him how nervous I was?
Bro, like, so nervous. Oh my God. I feel so wrong right now. Like,
It was bad.
it's just work.
Okay.
Calm down.
But a lot of people have like a cheating fetish. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like
I feel like you do.
Yeah, cheating I've done in the past was I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand, or take myself out of it. But like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Is it?
A little bit.
You see, he knows.
It's kind of like the adrenaline.
I feel so guilty if I was the other woman.
Okay, so Jason, give me a genuine review.
There was an edit there, so they had to cut out something that was said.
How was it?
You want like a number scale or just like?
Numbers sounds like it could be hurtful, but if it's a high number, sure.
The volume seems lower because the volume is lower. When they got to this part of the video, let me adjust the volume as much as I can. The volume did go significantly lower, and Jason, whatever this nigga's Jason Love, his audio is much lower than theirs. I can't do nothing about that though. I could just turn up the entire volume, which I did. Let's get it.
You're like a 4.
100%, 9 out of 10.
Really, 9 out of 10. Who's a 10?
Well, obviously her.
Oh.
Well, it was a 9 out of 10. I never grasped an entire 10 before. It's like you gotta leave room for something that could possibly top the next one.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take a 9 then.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. So a lot of people want to know, I don't know, just like if I should feel diminished as a man as a result of this. Like the cuck narrative is very, very strong.
It's real. It is what it is. I don't think these guys use a dictionary. And Moxie, you said, I think I'm spot on. He doesn't care and he likes it. That's the copium. That is the copium. He's putting on a display of copium. Oh, I'm leaning into it. There is a part of it that he does like that's weird because he seems like he's a little zesty and he's into the whole the devil's threesomes with other dudes, and it seems like he's also like there's something weird going on with him in that regard. But I don't believe he likes the fact that his wife now has control of fucking other dudes when he's not on board with it. To his comfort, I think he might like the cuckoldry world, but when it's in her hands and she's able to make those decisions, I don't think he's cool with that. Look what he said earlier in the video. He talked about, he needed to get more intimate with her multiple times right after the sex with the black dude because he doesn't want to feel like he's left out of his own wife. There's all sorts of weird shit going on here and massive copium. And if he does have a problem with it, it makes the L a lot worse. A lot worse.
I just want to get your thoughts on that, and if how people should think about that in the context of me being, the silent third party in all this.
Well, I don't know. Like, if you look at it in the business aspect, then basically it was just a job, She's high up in her ranks. I'm high up in my ranks. Us two together obviously would make the most amounts of money. So it's not so much being a cook. If you're comfortable with it, y'all communicated it prior. Obviously, she said y'all did. So it's not really a cook situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding.
Yeah.
So if you're cool with it, then
it is a cuck situation. Stop trying to redefine it, sir.
It is what it is. Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different.
You hear this? The guy that fucked his wife, he doesn't know if he has enough in him to do it. So he fucked Adam's wife. He's a porn star. But at the same time, he's like, nope, I ain't doing that shit. Adam, look in the mirror, son. Pathetic as fuck.
How I say mental maturity?
Well, it would be kind of weird for you to find a dude bigger than you. Maybe they could resurrect Andre the Giant or something. Maybe you could get Brock Lesnar to come through and cut it up for you. But, I mean, you're kind of like the biggest dude that I could think of. I don't know. It's going to be tough for you to find a bigger guy.
Oh, they got a couple. They got a couple.
Yeah?
But,
I could
not just...
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
Sorry, y'all. Way too much zest. Way too much zest.
Size is everything that goes into it that makes it, you know.
Definitely. Lena is just like shriveling up into a ball right now. I can see how uncomfortable this is making you.
Yes, it is making me very uncomfortable. And I'm glad that he's only, on Zoom and not here right now.
Do you think that would be awkward?
Yes. Also, I feel like I'd feel a lot of sexual tension, and I felt like we would have to do a scene.
Oh,
if you guys.
If he was in the room, she would feel so much sexual tension that they would have to do a scene.
We're both here.
See, she's out of control now. She's on a tear.
I've been known to have that effect. I apologize.
See, all right. Now I'm going to have to really mind you next time you're going to an adult event that he's going to be at, right?
No, but I would be turned on if you were there.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like you're part of it.
So you think that if me and you go out to a party and we see him... that
She just handed this nigga a participation trophy. No, you're part of it. Please, nigga. Come on, man.
There's a chance that we'd all end up hooking up after?
I don't know what his stance is on working with you.
Oh, wow. That's a good point, yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, hell yeah.
I get it in regardless.
Damn, that would be... Yeah, I can see that. That would probably kind of make me feel like I had put a cap on this whole situation if we all did it together. Wow, maybe that is the three-way that we should do, because that would be pretty viral rather than just some random guy, right?
Yeah.
Stick together. Pause.
It would be crazy.
As long as I'm not
Plotting.
sitting in a chair with my fucking
You have
arms
to for
tied
one-
behind my
for one
back or
shot.
whatever.
You gotta hold the camera for one shot.
All right, so now I got to rewrite the script.
Yeah. What do people need to know about Jason Love? Since like you're kind of, I almost feel like a large percentage, maybe even the majority of the photos that you're going to be taking over the next year or so, it's gonna be people saying like, you're the dude who fucked Adam22's wife. I don't know. I mean, I know you get recognized all the time, but it's kind of an interesting scenario that you're in now, right?
I got stopped on the street like 4 or 5 times already. Normally it's just to talk to me about me, but then it was like, oh, you no jumper wife. I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Wow, insane.
Like, take a picture with my wife, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna get more of those offers.
See, I've only had a couple people say that to me. I'm sure he gets that all the time.
All the time.
Right. So if we do choose to have another kid, how am I going to know it's mine and not...
Oh my
Holy.
God. No, cut. What?
What?
Don't even bring that up. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's one of the good memes that people have been passing around. It's like me cuddling with your belly and there's a little black kid inside it.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Is BBC offensive?
No, it's just a visual description. It's not you're just saying it is what it is. You see it, that's what it is. It's not,
That's what I'm saying. But I wonder if I get too comfortable with talking about black people's shit because of the fact that like all my co-hosts on the podcast are black and stuff, because I've seen some of these lily white fucking hipster bitches on Twitter just raging out being like BBC is offensive, and I won't respond to them, but I am thinking in my head like, you have never been around black people besides getting fucked by them for your OnlyFans, so shut the fuck up. That's kind of what's going on in the back of my head.
I don't like using it because I feel like I just feel uncomfortable using it.
I don't care if you see a school bus and it's yellow. You're like, where did you park? By the big yellow school bus. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, is that Pearl's producer Blessing in the chat, chilling with the community?
Like, you know, it's a statement of fact. And like, you know, in the real world, fetishization, I can see why that's a bad thing, you know? If you walk up to an Asian girl and you're like, oh, I'm so turned on by Asian girls, I can see how that's like a bad thing. But we're in porn. This is like, we are here to satisfy fetishes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just the verbiage, like, you know.
Right.
It's been around for a minute now.
Yeah. What do you got coming up? Anything in the future that we should know about? You're going on some trips and stuff for.
Oh, it's not the same guy. Yeah, I could see it's not. Please, people don't block him. Don't get him out of there. Don't do anything weird. It's not the same guy. It's not the same. It's not the screen. It's not. I realize it's not the same AVI.
For a brand, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm going to Europe for about 2 weeks, but I did just drop my book. So
what's the book?
Good. It's called Louisiana Slim the Family, about my previous life before I got to adult.
Really? Because I always wonder that when I see you with the tattoos on your face and everything. I'm like, I wonder what this guy was doing around town before he got into the porn game.
A lot of things when you come from poverty, you know, you got to make it how you make it.
Ain't that the truth? Well, we're gonna do like a full-length interview at some point, but
wait, hold on, Black Sparta, what the fuck are you talking about? What that?
What?
Do y'all not see the Caucasian angle here? This make white men look better, not worse. Tell black men. Wait, what? This is not a W for black. Who the hell said this was a W for black men? This ain't this. That's what I'm saying. You can't do the white people shit either here. This ain't the white people shit. This is Adam as an individual cuck, wifing a battery thing, and then she's repeating the actions within the marriage. This is substandard fuckery that they're trying to cash out and selling their soul as. We're not reframing this into nothing. Y'all always try this divesting talk and all this bullshit. We always have to come in here and find a way to hate on the black man. Like we got nothing to do with it. We here talking shit. That's as much as we got to do with it. And then there's a black man fucking his wife.
Jesus Christ.
That's about it. But let's get into this, y'all.
I appreciate you banging my wife.
Oh my
god. And yeah.
Okay, so Black Sparta says, okay, just making sure. Okay, so just making sure black men don't get a W anywhere on the internet, coming to surveil us, coming to make sure that the foot's on their neck and white men get propelled some sort of way, because that's what you said. You said this is a W for white men. We're not gonna gloss over that. Try to give white men a collective W because Adam lets his wife get fucked by this nigga. What the hell type of W is that? You call that a W? I got the perfect thing for this.
That's what you call winning? A nigga's nuts in your face? Man, I need to see what you call losing.
Well, I'm a professional, you know. I go in, I knock it out. That's what I do.
Hey, I absolutely, I cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and yeah, I think you put it down.
I believe if it was mainstream, it probably would win an award.
Man, seen the video, seen a couple of clips of this nigga fucking his wife, and he says, yeah, you put it down.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
Oh, well, that's a big idea.
My assistant did give me the idea to submit it for an AVN. I was like, I don't know, I feel like this might be crossing the line.
Yeah, Pound Town. You just left Pound Town.
I was going to call it the wedding gift.
Mm. For the record, it's not literally your wedding gift, but it was something that we kind of like felt more comfortable with after the wedding and whatnot, right?
It just makes sense. That's what everyone's latching onto. They just got married, you know?
Mm.
So.
Yeah, you just got married.
Mr. Love, appreciate you.
Bye, Jason.
Thank you. Bye, Lena.
Okay. How was that for you?
A little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, why?
I mean, 7 years in this relationship, never look at a guy, dance with a guy, text back with a guy, nothing. And then I'm having sex with a guy. You know, it's just a lot to process. I've been conditioned to believe it's cheating. There was one time where we went to...
It's a lot to process, but you've been smiling through the duration of this interview.
Dinner, and there was another guy there that just happened to be there, and you knew I had slept with him, and you made me feel weird. So yeah, it's just like a lot to unlearn.
You always mention that scenario, but there's a lot more to that scenario that she's not mentioning, and
There was not that much more.
I felt weird about it for other reasons.
Okay.
And it was like, it was your birthday, and you're just bringing it up. I'm like, oh, cool, make me think about you fucking this guy over here.
Okay, anyways.
I know.
You were mad about it.
Don't we talk about this all the time? Don't we talk about this all the time? Well, I'm saying we, like, multiple channels. I don't know who talks, which channel talks about this, but I talk about this shit. When we talk about these guys, wife and hoes, and we talk about the body count, when he tried to get on air with Destiny and say body count doesn't matter, and he wants a girl with a body count that's higher. But now he's out in a restaurant with seeing his girl or seeing somebody that his girl fucked in the past, and it makes him upset and uneasy. That's a part of having a girl with a high body count. That's a part of it. The likelihood that you're going to run into people that she fucked is much higher. Why? Because she has a higher body count. But that's what you were campaigning for. That's what you were campaigning for. L's. L's, L's, L's. Personal L's. Zip them up in your bag, take them home. L's, nigga.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
Wait, what kind of...
I was a little mad at that time. I was much less emotionally mature or whatever.
I'm clearly emotionally immature. I'm like giggling that you and Jason were just on the call together. So
Right,
clearly,
so that was awkward for you?
Yes.
Me and him exchanging
And him
energy?
talking about it, just being like, I put it down, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah, but he's smart. He clarifies right away. It was a business move, you know. We're just making money, you know, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it at all. I'm sure it sucked for him.
You hear her? You see her face? Yeah, it's a business move. She couldn't even answer that with a straight face and be like, yeah, it's a business. No, you were getting fucked. You were getting dug out. What are you talking about? A business move. This is one business where you can't separate the act. The act is the act.
I hated it. You did say you were a 9. Kind of offensive.
He said that no one's been a 10.
Yeah, but
why should I be a 10?
Gotta feel like you're a 10. I don't know.
I'll be a 10 in your heart, babe. I'll take it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about your guts too, you know.
Okay.
So, you're actually not gonna see me for a couple days after this. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. You're playing poker. You'll be happy.
Yeah, World Series. I mean, if you make it into the World Series in baseball, that means you're one of the best in the world. This is not like that. You can just go there and just give them money. But, you know.
Well, you were talking about wanting to do it when we were still on the honeymoon, and you were like worried about taking another trip after coming back from a trip. And I was like, no, you should go do it.
I feel like I've been back so long. What, playing poker is what I love? No,
Yeah.
porn is what I love.
No, playing poker is what you love.
It's a different type
You
of
would
fun.
pick poker over porn any day.
That's not true.
Absolutely, 100% it is true.
You know for a fact that I would choose no jumper over porn any day, because just the other day, for some reason, I saw that I posted on my story, and it's a picture of you and like 7 super hot chicks. Carmen Karma, Angela White, Kazumi, all these chicks, Savannah Bond. And I wrote in the caption, I did interviews at No Jumper today instead of banging all these chicks. And I was like, wow, you are fucking gay.
But
also,
if this was 2018
commitment.
No Jumper, you would have definitely just ditched No Jumper and came and fucked us. But you fucked most of us already. So you were like, been there, done that, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're very like, you want the girl to be brand new to you.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, there's some baddies right there.
If there was a girl who was a 3 but you'd never fucked her, you would take her over the 10 that you had fucked.
Oh, I made that decision many times in my pre-Lena the Plug life. I would be at the bar and there'd be like 2 chicks, and like one I never fucked and one that I already fucked, but she's like way hotter, and I would choose the new one. And it's like that's not a good way to live your life.
It's not.
Not at all.
It's all bad. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say to me? How do you feel people are gonna react to this?
They're gonna make up a random story. So they'll be like, look at this part where Lena said this. She's, you know, I just don't even care anymore. Hi, No Jumper fans.
Oh, this is gonna go way beyond that.
Hi world.
And I remember that.
She doesn't care anymore, but she's all smiles even to this moment. She's so happy. She won. Her audience looks at this as the biggest W. Her feminist audience that's been campaigning forever for her to do this. From all the way last year when I was covering this, or was it last year, like 6 months, a while ago. They were campaigning for this for a while. She's so happy. She loves to see him like somewhat confused, hurt, feeling insecure. I think she may have dealt with some of those same feelings when he was fucking these other girls. So it's like some weird revenge shit. Of course, we don't know for sure, but this is what we see.
Because yesterday was the 4th of July, and I was looking at TikTok for a significant portion of the day, and I probably saw like 80 fucking videos of me, and many of them had like millions and millions of views, and almost all of them I was talking about this.
Oh, I know what I want to say.
Oh.
It's going to be on LenaThePlug.com. Go see it on LenaThePlug.com. Don't be hard on me. I was so nervous, so please just keep your criticisms to a minimum.
Right, and because I don't participate from the money that is spent on LenaThePlug.com, I would say go to onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see me and her get it in with a whole plethora of different women, right? Not yours.
Yeah.
Well, you get half of the Plug Talk money also.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, it does make me like, oh, we gotta make sure we go hard on Plug Talk. We gotta get some baddies on there. We can't announce it now, but we do have some very exciting new content lined up for Plug Talk as well.
Comment who I should fuck next.
Females only. Biological females only.
I already know all the comments they're gonna say.
Gracie Jane.
No.
No?
What do you think they're gonna say?
Man, I'm worried about the damage that thing would do.
Yes.
Big Act is here now!
Yo, there was people on Academics page campaigning for Act to be next.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Dude, I seen a normal chick that I know getting the shit fucked out of her by him the other day, and I didn't even know that she did guy girl, and I'm just like, jaw dropped. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's crazy.
You better do some kegels.
Shut up.
Kegels with Keffels. That's my new series that I'm working on. Oh, you don't even know who Keffels is, huh?
That's that pussy exercise to tighten it up. Yikes. That's disrespectful. Jason Love sent her back a whole different chick. Jesus Christ.
She asked me if she could fuck you, and I didn't bother to tell you because I know you don't know who it is.
Oh, that's a
Trans
person's
woman.
name? I thought he was talking about the Kegels, the exercise. That's an actual... Wait, what the...
With Keffels. That's my new series.
Keffels. Oh, okay, okay.
You don't even know who Keffels is, huh? She asked me if she could fuck you, and I didn't bother to tell you because I know you don't know who it is.
Yeah, I butchered that.
It's a trans woman.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to do that?
I don't think so. I'm not, like, into it.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
I feel like we get canceled for that.
Get real scandal.
You're going to get canceled for saying that you guys aren't into trans women? So merely not being into trans women is cancelable and transphobic? Y'all make it make sense, man.
That's right at the end.
Like, fuck, am I going to get canceled for that?
We made it this close to doing the whole episode without any transphobia, but there
I
we
mean,
go.
maybe I might, I don't know.
You just got to find the right one.
Try more sexual things and then, want to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, one day. Okay.
I love you. Have fun playing poker.
I love you too. Be safe.
Adam's going to fuck me after this interview. I already know it.
Where? You ever get fucked in the back of a Beamer?
Yeah. Your Beamer. Your whole Beamer. When you lived
never
at
fucked
in
you in the
Koreatown.
back of that car.
No, I give you roadhead, though.
Why? See, there's something that we don't do now.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Just randomly get some roadhead.
You're too famous to be driving around getting roadhead.
Yeah. That was the first thing I ever did when I got my license when I was 16. Got some top in the
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
whip. I had to pull over to nut, though. No jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Thank you to my baby, my boo. I love you.
Love you too.
Hopefully everybody believes that we love each other after this. I don't know. You think we came across good? Better than our last time on camera together?
We might need to do more media training.
Yeah?
As color instructor.
Oh my God. They're going to rip me up. They're going to totally change my style. I'm going to go to the media training and tell the media trainer how to do media.
Yeah.
I got my head in my ass. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. We out.
100% hit that like button, y'all. My only words of advice for anybody that thinks that it's wise to follow the actions of Adam22 and Lena the Plug. One sentence and one sentence only.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get these likes up, y'all. Hit that like button. We'll be back with a lot of content tomorrow. We have a lot of clips coming out. We got a lot of live streams set up. We got a lot of topics to cover. I'm gonna try to stay away from these super late night streams, but nonetheless, the content coming. We out. Yeah.